welcome to the Midweek Howl, the non-paranormal part of the From the Shadows podcast. I know I met a whole bunch of new listeners this weekend, Howler, at the Mohican Bigfoot Festival in Loudenville, Ohio.
How come you didn't ask me to come out there? You wanted to
I
steal all
did.
the
I did ask you to come
thunder?
out there. I did ask you to come out. We talked
When?
about it.
Because I was here all weekend. I didn't do anything.
We talked about it months ago, but I knew you would not be able to come out because your son plays football on Friday nights.
You don't think I can get up? You don't think I can leave after the game and come out there and be there?
You could have been here by 9 o'clock in the morning on
Maybe,
Saturday.
I don't know. You don't know. If I drove all night.
Well, we had lots of loyal listeners from around Ohio came, said hello. A couple people brought me gifts.
Anything you're supposed to share with me?
No, nothing that I can share. I got a hat. I got a hat.
6-foot redheads that own liquor stores or big farms or anything.
Now there are some of those in Loudonville, I think.
How do you pronounce that? Loudville?
Loudenville. It's
Loudenville, like Loudoun County.
Loudon, yeah. It's the home of Ron Zook. You know who Ron Zook is, don't you?
The football player?
The football coach. Got coached at Illinois and Florida. Yeah, Ron Zook. He's from Loudonville. Just a little like when you think small town, that's what you think. Loudonville, Ohio. It's along the is it the Mohican River? Maybe there's a lot of around the corner. There's a lot of places to go canoeing. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of fast water.
Fast water. It's a cool place to go. Yeah. So we had Toby. He came from Canton, Akron area. He brought me a hat. He's a super fan. He's a great fan. I think he was hoping to see you there, and we got to talking. And I said, we're definitely going to, at some point in our podcast careers here, we're going to do something at our farm. And
as long as we don't get canceled.
As long as we don't get canceled. Well, we're just going to do our best to not get canceled. Although anything we may say may cancel us. But while we were there, so me and the judge interviewed 4 eyewitnesses on stage. We did like a live
from the
podcast.
What kind of Bigfoot sightings did you have? Did you have something?
Did I have something?
Yeah, keep talking and I'm going to look something up. Somebody texted me something.
Oh, no. So we did a live show. We interviewed four different people. Had Chris
Hillbilly Bigfoot. Is there a Hillbilly Bigfoot? Is that something real?
I don't know. Is there? What is that? Is that a festival?
Somebody texted me something. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Something you must have pitched or said, because they said they were listening. They were on the way back from Arkansas listening to you, or listening to us.
And thought we were Hillbilly Bigfoot.
I don't know. He said, yeah, basically, I don't know. Maybe that's what he meant.
No, we did that. We did a live show in the little theater there called the Ohio Theater. Really cool little theater. Met a lot of people. Signed some autographs, took pictures, sold. Nita came from Virginia. Nita came from Virginia to do social media. Yes. And she had me, I sold some old books I had that I wrote years ago. So it was fun. It was fun. Christy came, hung out all day. So
let's keep an eye on you so all them groupies didn't. You might have had some.
Listen, I'm just gonna
howlers. You might have had some howlers stacked up there.
I'm just gonna say this right now, and no offense to any of the other Bigfoot podcasters out there, but I'm gonna stack my wife up against any wife of any Bigfoot podcaster. I think she's the best. I think if we had a contest, she'd win running away. That's all I got to say.
That's because she's an old track star.
Maybe, but. Here is what I was offered and this is not about groupies, but here is what I was offered at the show that can involve you if you so wish to
accept the mission. Is that you got a mission if I choose to accept it?
Yeah. So there was a guy there, a DJ, a rock radio DJ. He has his own internet rock station, and they want to start doing paranormal stuff on Sundays. Okay. And he came down, they talked to him, or he wanted me to go down and talk to him. So they offered us an hour slot on Sundays to do a live radio show. And so he wants me to call him this week and figure out like if I'm willing to do it. Like we can play music, we can take calls, we can talk to guests, we
I
can
don't
do
know. It's about
whatever.
to be deer season, man. I don't know. That's a heavy lift for me.
Well, what I thought is if
I
we
could do it
do
from the deer stand.
you can do it from anywhere, because
Okay.
I thought what we do is if we can agree to do an hour, that we can do a segment called like 10 minutes with the Howler or something, and we
Oh,
and we just do like a 10-minute have you call in, we'll do a 10-minute episode, which will chum the water, and then maybe get more listeners to come listen to our show on the middle of the week. You see what I'm saying? They get a little bit, because he said I could even play music. He goes, I see you write music. You can play some of your own music. So I don't know what all he would want to do. But I thought maybe we could play like excerpts from our show the week before, like of the paranormal show for people, so that they would go, because
I think you're well on to something. I think you're on to
he has
next
tons
when I can't wait till Cyrus calls us for XM's show
for.
because I'll be all in on that.
Hey, look, you got to start somewhere, right? Got to start somewhere. That's the way I look at it. So I'm going to talk to him this week, and we'll start brainstorming on how we can fill an hour
Okay,
of.
Colonel, you set it up.
Okay. So what I really want to know is, how did Superfan Ed, how did he do in his
He won.
body?
He won the 15 over contest for the men's division.
Did he really?
I think he might have took second or third overall. Yeah, hold on. I think he might have texted me.
So many of our loyal listeners know that Howler has a good buddy, Ed, who's a super fan and kind of makes fun of me because he doesn't think I'm a real man, apparently. But Ed, the Howler sent me this picture of Ed getting ready for a bodybuilding competition, and Ed is in great shape. He's stacked. I mean, I don't know how tall he is or whatever, but he's put together for whatever size he is. It's an
6'2".
6'2". So he's our size and he's put together like that.
Yeah, he'll be 20. He'll be 55 in November, so he's your age.
So he's my age.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
he's my
he
height.
aged better than you. He aged better than you.
I was gonna say he aged way better. How much, like, what weight division is he in?
Oh, I think I don't know, he weighs 210, 190. I don't know.
Okay.
He's fairly lean. I mean, look at him. He's pretty. I mean, I don't know how they do. I thought it was just for looks and shit.
Would he be mad if we put his picture up during this episode while we're talking about him?
No, I think you should. Go ahead.
I will. I'll do it. I'll send the picture you sent me to Phil, and right here we'll put up Ed.
Put that up there. Yep.
Ed. Maybe Ed will get his own fan club, even more.
He doesn't want a fan club. He's out cowboying, and
too bad.
And he's a real life Rip. So if you watch Rip in Yellowstone, that's what he looks like. That's a real one right there.
So we're going to put this picture up on YouTube while we're talking about this for Marion Westfall. So Marion Westfall, when you hear this, click over to YouTube and watch the episode, because you'll get to see
what a real South Missouri stud looks like.
Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. There you go. Speaking of South Missouri stud,
well,
I don't want to get to that. I don't want to get to this story. This will be the story we wind up the episode with.
Okay.
It's something that I heard.
Maybe it's time to wind it up. I don't know how it's going. You're the one with the viewer matrix.
I don't know. Look, I'm the one. Look,
you're the one. Is the board still lit up? Do we still have callers stacked up?
We still have. Yeah, we do. I can see it.
The board's lit up. So keep going. Keep going, man.
So as you know, we took a week off because I went down to see my daughter. Okay, in South Carolina. It was great to see. It was a nice trip. We got to go spend a couple days at my daughter's house, and we went to a place called Hollywood, South Carolina, which is on the outside of Charleston. A guy And his wife is from up here in our area. They live in this great house on the marsh down there that I have offered to buy off of them when they're ready to sell it. So they're in their mid 70s. So we may have the From the Shadows podcast studio outside of Charleston at some point where we can come and you and I can do shows on the dock out in the marsh as we're catching crab for dinner.
I don't know. Probably while we're swatting mosquitoes.
No, there was none.
Salt water, I'll be okay.
There was none. It was great. No, they're on the marsh. Yeah, salt water coming in from the ocean. So it was not. It was amazing. It was an amazing place. So, anyways, we go back, spend another couple days with my daughters. Have fun with my granddaughters, and we get home. Okay, we get home, and about the middle of the couple days after we get home, my daughter sends me and Christy a text, and so my youngest granddaughter is basically a spitting image of my one daughter, Olivia. So my granddaughters are 18 months apart. One is born in July, one is born in October. The oldest one's in October. And one's blonde haired and just, and the other one's brown hair. They remind me of my two middle daughters, Gabby and Olivia, the ones that do not speak to me. They're just it's like being around them. Okay. Mm-hmm. They're the same age difference. And the youngest one acts just like Olivia did, like full of, pea and vinegar. You know what I'm saying? So my daughter sends us this text and she goes, well, Eliza, who's the young one, had to have a talk about her behavior in class today.
What class are we? How are we talking?
So she's first grade. So first and second grade. Okay. And she's smart as a whip. Okay. They're both super smart. They're the ones that take half their day in French. They have yes, they have math and science and French. Okay. So they're super smart kids. So apparently my youngest granddaughter pulled her chair out in class and got up and stood up on her chair because she had a joke that she wanted to tell the class and make sure that the class all got to hear it. And the teacher apparently didn't find, and I still have not heard what the joke is. I'm eagerly waiting to hear the joke. But apparently she was commanding an audience in the middle of class to deliver a joke. And it did not bother her that she was interrupting the teacher or class.
Why would it?
Nah, I said, hey.
Some kids in that 30-second blurb of
Yeah. Like there were some kids probably going to doze off, not get the lesson anyway.
Or learn the wrong stuff.
Yeah, well, that happens. That happens all the time. All the time too, doesn't it? So there you go. So that was pretty funny. I mean, and it's just fun being around those kids because they're such little stinkers. So, but it's also the fun part is seeing how my daughter has to reconcile with things that she may have done when she was that age, and now realize, oh man, maybe my parents weren't so bad because I got to deal with these, with my own kids doing stuff I wouldn't expect out of them. So it's kind of cool to see your kids get that kind of perspective and understand what it was like to raise them when they were little. So
before the internet and iPads and all the stuff that they could.
My granddaughters they don't get to watch any TV all week long.
Oh, they're those kind of parents? Gee, Merry Christmas, poor kids.
Well, they read. The older one reads. Like my daughter.
You know what a disservice that is? Those kids are going to be so alienated. They're going to, the world is harder on smart people.
Oh gosh, so they shouldn't be smart.
Yes, it's going to be especially the smarter you are, the harder it is because you got to deal with a bunch of dumbasses your whole life. So if you're raised to be smart and you have to grow up and enter that world of dumb, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I could see. Like it would be easier just to be on the level with.
It always is
with the common folk. I don't know.
Yeah.
So okay. So speaking of the common folk, I heard a story. So one of your and I's favorite podcasts is
Very
Disgraceland.
Cloud. Oh,
No,
yeah,
dis-
Disgraceland.
Disgraceland. Did you? I don't know if you're up to date, but did you hear him mention about Buford Pusser?
Buford T. Pusser.
Buford T. Pusser. Now we all know who. Well, I don't know. Maybe people don't.
He was
How
real, you know.
he was a real person. Yeah, and the Walking Tall movies are based on him.
The Rock played him in the last one, right? The remake.
The Rock, and the first one was Jerry Don Baker. What was that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was that guy? Is that the guy's
That
name?
sounds right.
Something like that. And so, for people who don't know, Buford T. Pusser was this lawman whose dad was a lawman. He was a lawman in like the Tennessee area. He was like the youngest sheriff elected. And the reason I heard that his name was mentioned was that they had an episode on Jimmy Buffett. Okay. And Jimmy Buffett in 1972 was at that point in time, he was signed to a label in Nashville. And he was, even though he was living in Key West, was coming back to Nashville and recording records and doing some songwriting. Didn't have a whole lot of success at the time. But him and the guy he was with walked out to the parking lot of this bar and were just totally drunk. And Jimmy Buffett thought it'd be a good idea to climb up onto the roof of a car so he could get a look around the parking lot and maybe find his own car. And it just so happened that that car was Buford T. Pusser's car. And so Buford T. Pusser tried to beat up Jimmy Buffett right there in the parking lot because he came out and found him standing on the hood of his car. But it was shortly after that where Pusser died in a car accident. And I guess he had customized Corvette and he went off the road, and he had just signed a contract to play himself in a new movie about kind of based on the Walking Tall thing, but he was going to play himself. And I think Bing Crosby was going to produce it or whatever. But what Jake Brennan then brought up was, have you seen that they never closed the case on his wife's death? Because the myth behind him
Because I think he killed her, right?
He killed her.
Say, in real life, he wasn't a good person. You realize that?
Yeah.
I know The Rock plays him as a good person, and
yes.
As a University of Miami alumni, he could have probably played him the other way, right?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
He could have Aaron Hernandez him.
Yes, that's right.
But the story is that he was going after the Dixie Mafia, and somebody called the State Line Mob. Huh?
Yeah. Dixie Mafia, I like it. Maybe we should can we trademark that?
Well, that's what they called themselves, whoever these people. I didn't get that far into the weeds, but he claimed. So the story is that he got a call one morning, and some guy that he was looking for, who was notorious, he took his wife on the call with him. All right. And so on the way to the call,
Natalie Wood,
right, on the way to the call, he claims to have got ambushed, and she got shot and killed, and he got shot in the jaw and ended up surviving. Okay. And so that was the basis of the legend, is that he was
going to
seek vengeance on the people who
he had to kill the killers before they talked.
Right.
He had to
he had to silence the accomplices, or whoever may have seen him do it. So anyway, he claimed that he knew the couple people that did it, and they said the charges there was never charges or anything brought up against those people. And in fact, but the one guy did go to prison for life, and from prison in the 80s was he got arrested or charged again with orchestrating the attempted murder or murder of like a judge. So I mean, these people that he claimed did it wasn't beyond the realm of possibility that they would have done something like that. But yeah, so they never closed the case, and I forget why they started reinvestigating it again, but they dug up her body in like 2023 and did some more forensics on it and figured out that it he that she had a broken nose before she got shot. So they feel like he was had beat her up and shot her or whatever, beat her up, maybe killed her when he beat her up and then shot her to make it look like they got ambushed and then shot himself in the face I mean, can you imagine going to that length to cover up something, shooting yourself in the face? But yeah. So they said if he was alive today, there would have been enough evidence to bring charges of murder against him. But he was a giant dude. They said he was 6'6", and when he got out of now this is the part that kind of see Ed. If Ed's listening, he would frown. He was in the military and he got out because he had asthma. That sounds like he might as well had bone spurs or something and asthma. I mean, but he was 6'6".
They didn't let you in. Asthma, they kick you out. Big difference.
But he was 6'6" and he wrestled as
under the name. What was the stage name?
Buford the Bull. He wrestled in Chicago in the.
What's the cartoon with the bull?
Isn't it Ferdinand the Bull?
Ferdinand, that's what I was.
The one where Bugs Bunny is
Ferdinand the Bull.
That's one of the greatest Bugs Bunnies.
Buford missed it. Buford missed it. He was just ahead of his time. He could have went to Florida, the do-over state, and started wrestling.
He could have
former lawman.
This is for him and oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking on my him and Sergeant Slaughter could have been a tag.
Exactly. Yeah.
could have been a tag team. And if I would have wrestled with Chris Hahn, we could have wrestled.
Sergeant.
Sheriff for the sergeant. Law and order, right? They could have been law and and you could have been their manager.
Who?
You could have been their manager.
No, I can't manage anything.
Oh, I'm not buying that. Yeah. But by the way, how's the football team doing?
We're 2 and we only lost one game. We're 2-1.
2-1. Mm-hmm. All right. So, I just got to brag for a little bit. The Browns actually won a game Sunday, so I'm pretty excited.
In Cincinnati.
Joe Burrow.
What's a turf toe? They don't.
He's out for almost the whole for probably 3 months.
Over a toe injury.
Well, turf toe isn't like
cut that son of a gun off and have him back taped up before the half is over.
Listen, he ain't Ronnie Lott.
Yeah,
Ronnie Lott's the one.
See that? Yeah, did you see that on? Did you see what's his name talking about that?
No. What did he say? I didn't see.
Oh my gosh, you saw that?
No, I didn't see it.
It was
It would have been like Steve Young, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice.
No, give me black Dallas running back.
Oh, Emmitt Smith.
Did you see him talking about that on that? Is there a Cowboys documentary out or something?
Yeah, but I know,
maybe that's what he was talking about.
Oh, I didn't see. He wasn't.
He's on the couch.
I watched
with 2 or 3 other dudes. I don't remember who. One of them, I think, is an ESPN guy.
Okay.
And I don't know because I only watched the excerpt. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the lead up was.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, yeah, I had Mike. No, I thought it was Mike.
Oh, you must be talking about Mike Singletary, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he said he had a little Mike in his head all the time. And they asked him, was you scared? And he's like, well, hell yes, I was scared. I mean, are you kidding me? He said, they're going to take your head off. He said, back then, there's not all these player protection rules or anything and stuff. He said, I went out there. He said, I look across the line there, and there's Ronnie Lott. And these guys and I never even heard of Ronnie Lott until he told the story. He said, that son of a gun cut his finger off so he can go back out and play. And he's going to tear your head off. And he said, they'd look at you across the line and tell you that I'm going to tear your fucking head off. And he said, you damn right I was scared.
Well,
But he said what happened is he had a voice in his mind, and this little Mike in his head was scared because they grew up poor. And he said, you can either carry this ball or keep running right back to the ghetto. So they said he had to face him.
Little Mike.
He said, I got the first down, but he tore the shit out of me.
Well, if you've ever seen video, if you've ever seen film, Singletary had this big round face, and he kind of looked like the Michelin Man from the chest up, like he was just huge. And his eyes would grow to about 3 times the size as he was like across the line, like just intense staring.
Well, this Ronnie Lott wasn't that big. He was just 6'2", 203.
Ronnie Lott was the defensive back, though, for the 49ers.
Cornerback, safety, it says.
Yeah. Yeah, but he was a bad dude. Ronnie Lott was a bad dude. And the documentary you're talking so there's a documentary on ESPN called Jerry and His Gamblers, I think.
Maybe that's what it was.
But they don't talk about that in there. So it must be something else that you're hearing. But that Jerry and His Gamblers, if you're in our age bracket and especially loved football, it's a good 4 or 5 part documentary. You really see how what an egomaniac Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson were, and just how crazy and out of control the Cowboys players were.
Allegedly.
No.
That's America's team, boy. Come on.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the From the Shadows podcast. Until next time, never shy away from the darkness or what may be lurking in the shadows. We are out.
God only knows what time.